Okay, today we are diving into something truly unexpected, really, exploring a corner of the automotive world occupied by a giant,
Yeah.
Toyota.
Right.
But let's forget the bestsellers for just a moment. We're looking at this hypothetical concept. It takes their super exclusive, like, hand-built Century line and kind of matches it up with the bones of their Tundra pickup truck.
A Century Tundra.
Yeah.
That's definitely unexpected.
Exactly. So our sources for this deep dive are basically articles exploring this intriguing idea, where it came from, the context within Toyota's, massive lineup, and the digital artist who sort of hypothetically brought it to life.
Okay.
Our mission here is really to unpack what these sources tell us. What does this concept suggest about Toyota's capabilities, about maybe the way the truck market is changing?
And just the sheer possibility of a Century Tundra, right? Like a Tundra for the one percenters, maybe.
Yeah, essentially. And Toyota, as our sources point out, isn't just big. They're the world's largest automaker. Sales volume, perceives value, they're at the top.
And that scale, that kind of market dominance, it gives them immense resources, obviously, but also this unique position.
How so?
Well, the sources highlight how that size lets them explore different avenues, They've got the core business so stable, they can actually afford to entertain projects others might just dismiss.
Right, gives them flexibility.
Totally. It even allows their leadership, like Chairman Akio Toyoda, to hold perspectives that might seem counterintuitive, like his view that EVs won't just take over everything.
Which the sources noted seems to be, kind of aligning with some recent global trends, actually.
Exactly. It shows they can think strategically, independently, because they have that cushion.
And that core business is just rock solid. I mean, the sources list off the hits. The RAV4, world's best-selling compact crossover.
Huge seller.
One of America's top passenger cars year after year. Their mid-size pickup leads its segment. And hybrids. Wow.
Oh, yeah. The hybrid leadership is undeniable. Over 27 million sold globally since the original Prius. That's foundational.
It really is.
Yeah.
Well, that foundation, that mainstream success, it kind of enables this other side, right? The less conventional Toyota.
Precisely. And the sources point straight to the Century limousine as like the prime example.
Right.
A vehicle built almost like furniture, Pure Japanese luxury, very specific.
And the history there is incredible. It goes back to 1967. But it just moves at its own pace.
So slowly.
Only hit its third generation in 2017. It's known for being incredibly exclusive, really focused on that rear seat passenger.
And then things get even more interesting recently. Since 2023, they expanded the Century nameplate with a luxury SUV.
Ah, yes, the Century SUV. The sources position that as like a mainstream rival to a Rolls-Royce Cullinan.
That's the target they seem to be aiming for, yeah. Big vehicle, obviously, for that segment. But what's really fascinating, and the sources dig into this, is the platform choice.
Okay, what about it?
It's built on the front-wheel drive TNGA-K platform.
Wait, hold on. TNGA-K, isn't that the same architecture they use for things like the Toyota Grand Highlander here in North America?
Yeah.
And the Lexus TX?
That's exactly the point the sources are making.
Those are mid-size, front drive-based crossovers.
Yep. It shows Toyota's engineering flexibility, right? Taking a platform usually for more, let's say, conventional applications, and adapting it pretty significantly for a large, ultra-luxury SUV meant to compete at the highest level. They're willing to use existing parts in really unexpected ways to hit a market goal.
Okay, that platform detail for a Rolls competitor is surprising, but the sources mention even more unique Century stuff.
Oh, yeah. It gets better. They talk about a bespoke Century SUV convertible.
A convertible Century SUV? For what?
Like, apparently it was made specifically for sumo competitions in Japan.
Wow. Okay, that is definitely unconventional. A sumo convertible luxury SUV.
It really highlights the sheer breadth of what the Century name can cover. So you've got the classic limo, the new SUV on that interesting platform, even a special open top one.
So what's missing from this ultra luxury stable then?
Well, according to the concept, we're looking at a pickup truck.
Right. And this is where it becomes hypothetical, because Toyota hasn't actually built one. This whole Century Tundra idea comes from an unofficial source.
Yeah, a digital car content creator. Goes by Theodol on social media.
So what did Theodol do? Just Photoshop them together?
Sort of, but more involved. Using CGI, the sources say he basically sliced and diced elements from the Century SUV and the big Tundra pickup.
Digitally mashing them up to see what it might look like.
Exactly. It's a design exercise, but using Toyota's existing visual language and, components, virtually anyway.
And this digital concept, it arrives at a really interesting time, doesn't it? The sources argue the whole full-size pickup market has changed.
Absolutely. Fundamentally shifted. It's not just about being a workhorse anymore. Not primarily, anyway.
Right.
For so many buyers, especially here in the U.S., a big truck represents, well, an entire way of life, as one source puts it. It's a lifestyle statement.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You see it everywhere.
And that shift creates this space, or at least the idea of a space, for something like a true high-end luxury pickup, something that goes way beyond just, nicer leather seats in a regular truck.
So if this Century Tundra concept were real,
yeah,
what powers it? Did the sources get into the engine possibilities?
They did. They kind of speculated on two likely options pulled from the vehicles being merged.
Okay, what's option one?
Option one is the powertrain from the Century SUV itself. That's a plug-in hybrid system. Uses a 3.5-liter V6 with dual electric motors.
And the power output?
Combined, it's rated at 406 horsepower. Pretty respectable.
Okay, 406 HP from the Century PHEV system. What's the other possibility?
The sources also point to the Tundra's own top hybrid option, the iForce Max.
Ah, the one already available in the Tundra.
Exactly. And interestingly, that system actually puts out more power. It offers a combined system horsepower of 437.
Wait, really? So the Tundra's hybrid is stronger than the Century SUV's hybrid?
Yep, according to the specs mentioned. So, kind of surprisingly, the donor truck system would be the more powerful choice if they went that route.
Huh. That is interesting. Okay, power aside, what about the look, the design? Did the sources say if Theodore's mashup actually looked, well, good or feasible?
They touched on that. Looking at the digital renderings Theodore created, the sources noted that the Century SUV's design language, especially the front end, the rear, the overall sort of blocky but luxurious shape, it seems surprisingly, quote, easy to reskin onto the Tundra's full-size platform.
Easy to reskin. So visually, it kind of worked.
Apparently so, in the digital realm at least. It suggests the basic shapes or maybe the hard points weren't wildly incompatible for this kind of virtual combination.
So theoretically, you could blend the Century SUV's distinct, very upscale styling and presumably its interior luxury.
Right, the creature comforts.
With the Tundra's proven powerful pickup foundation.
Which really brings us back to the core question this whole concept raises for you, listening right now. Given everything we've talked about, Toyota's massive capability, the way the truck market is evolving, the Century's own kind of flexible identity now, what do you make of the idea? A genuine luxury pickup, using Tundra bones, but wearing Century clothes and luxury. Could you see that actually being sold, say, in America?
It's a lot to think about. So just to recap our journey here, we started with Toyota's sheer size, their diverse portfolio, from global bestsellers to that unique slow-burn Century limousine.
Right. Then we looked at the newer Century SUV, that surprising TNGA-K platform choice, and even that wild sumo convertible variant.
Definitely memorable. Yeah. And from there, we dove into this unofficial hypothetical concept from Theodore.
Wait.
Digitally merging the Century SUV's look with the Tundra's muscle.
And we saw how this idea taps right into that big shift in the pickup market trucks as lifestyle symbols, not just tools.
Yeah. We considered the engine options, the Tundra's being potentially more powerful, and how the artist actually found the visual blend quite feasible, digitally speaking.
It really pushes the boundaries of what we think a pickup truck is, or could be. It makes you ask, what does a true luxury lifestyle truck mean?
And does this hypothetical Century Tundra, does it capture that vision for you? Is that what it looks like?
And maybe connecting it all back.
Yeah.
If you think about Toyota's track record, they make the reliable mainstream hits, yes, but they also do these unexpected, sometimes niche projects like the Century itself in all its forms. You combine that history with this undeniable shift in the truck market towards luxury and lifestyle. It really poses a final provocative question, doesn't it?
Which is?
How likely, really, do you think it is that a company like Toyota, with their resources, their history of exploring niches, might actually consider developing something in the high-end luxury pickup space? Maybe not exactly the Century Tundra, but something conceptually similar down the road.
Yep.
And if they did decide to build something like that, what would that move signal? Not just for Toyota, but maybe about where the whole auto industry is heading. Something to think about.